There was a time I didn't know who I was anymore. I used to believe that life had a formula, that if I studied hard, got into a top university, kept my grades up, joined enough extracurriculars, and followed all the right steps, I would somehow arrive at a secure, happy future. And for a while, it looked like I was on the right path. I graduated with honors, had a polished resume, and even got compliments from professors who said I had potential. Then, I stepped into the real world, and nothing went according to plan. The jobs I dreamed of didn't call me back. The applications I poured hours into were met with silence. Each rejection felt like a small cut on my confidence, and over time, I started to bleed inside. I avoided friends. I stopped opening social media, or when I did, I'd scroll and feel this sinking, burning heaviness in my chest. Everyone seemed to be thriving. New jobs, promotions, exciting lives. And I felt like I was stuck in place, invisible and left behind. One evening, I was cleaning my old desk, the one I used back in university. I found a piece of paper I had written as a freshman. It said, "In 5 years, I'll have a stable job, my own apartment, maybe a car, and I'll be happy every day." I stared at that note for a long time, then folded it up. My chest ached. I felt like I had failed, not just the world, but myself. Then one evening, I was sitting on the stairs outside my house, completely numb after receiving yet another job rejection. This one for a role I really wanted. My mom walked out and sat beside me. She didn't say much at first, just looked at me gently and asked, "Are you tired, love?" I nodded, and then I cried. I broke, truly broke, ugly sobbing, tears I had held in for weeks, maybe months. She didn't rush to fix anything. She just hugged me and whispered, "It's okay. Really, it's okay to stop for a while. Everyone finds their way eventually, but don't forget to rest. You don't have to be strong all the time." That night, something shifted. I stopped submitting resumes like a machine. I stopped punishing myself for not being enough. Instead, I picked up a notebook and started writing. Not for anyone else, just for me. I wrote everything I was feeling, every disappointment, every fear, every small flicker of hope I still had. Slowly, I began to breathe again. I went for evening walks. I read books I hadn't touched in years. I stopped trying to figure it all out and started just being with myself. That was new and terrifying, but also healing. Eventually, I applied to a small company. Nothing glamorous, nothing that would impress people at reunions, but it gave me a place to start again. I worked in content writing and digital support, and for the first time in a long time, I felt alive while working. Not because it was easy, but because it was real. I was building something, slowly, quietly, and people were reading the things I wrote. One day, someone left a comment under an article I'd written. "Thank you. This helped me feel less alone today." I cried reading that, not out of pain, but because, finally, I wasn't invisible anymore. Finally, everything I had gone through, all the confusion, silence, doubt, it wasn't wasted. It had brought me here. The truth is, you don't always need to know who you are or where you're going. Sometimes, just being honest with yourself is enough to begin again. If you, the one reading or listening to this, if you're feeling lost or like you're falling behind, I want you to know something. You are not alone. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to race anyone. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to begin again. Gently, quietly, honestly. And that is more than enough.